Hey guys, back with another impressions video. This is going to be a very short one. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. This was released on PlayStation Plus not too long ago, and I had a lot of fun with it. I was shocked. Well, maybe not too shocked. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I'm actually really looking forward to that game. I've looked at gameplay on that game extensively, and to me, this seems to be the first Metal Gear Solid game where they're focusing more on gameplay than story. Now, that's probably going to rub some people the wrong way. In fact, probably most people. But for me, that's awesome because I've said this before. I've really tried to get into the Metal Gear Solid series, and I can't do it. I just can't. Now, granted, I have only played Metal Gear Solid 1 and 4. I got maybe halfway through the first one, and I couldn't do it. The gameplay, I can't do it. I played the original version of that game 3 times and Twin Snakes once, and all 4 times I couldn't do it. It's a game I'm pretty sure I'll never be able to get into, even though I did actually enjoy this story from what I've played of it. Metal Gear Solid 4 I got maybe halfway through, and again, the gameplay was just so boring to me and just irritating. And then I didn't really understand the story either, so that of course didn't help. And from what I understand, Metal Gear Solid 5 you could get away with playing Metal Gear Solid 3, then Peace Walker, then Ground Zeroes, and then you should be able to understand Phantom Pain. And I might try to do that before it comes out. In fact, I think the smart thing to do would be the smart thing to do because based on Ground Zeroes, like I was really confused with the story in this demo of sorts. And of course, the big controversy of Ground Zeroes is the price tag on it and the amount of content you get. And yeah, okay, if I paid $30-40 for this, I think it was $40 Canadian when it came out, although now you can get it for like $10. I would have probably been a little pissed. But for free, for not paying anything, I liked it. It does remind me of a demo though. It basically feels like a demo. That said, if you're into getting like high scores and like doing all the missions on like hard mode and things like that and getting all the collectibles, then there's more content for you. And if you like messing around, then it actually might have been worth the $30 price tag. For $10, I still probably wouldn't recommend it unless you're really into that kind of thing. But yeah, the story, I gotta say, I was confused. Obviously, there's some of I did notice like some of the writing was kind of, I don't know, not great. Like, of course, I think one of the famous lines from this is "They played us like a damn fiddle," which, yeah, it's pretty bad. But overall, I thought the dialogue was kind of, at least from these cutscenes that they have in Ground Zeroes, which there's not too much, like there's not actually a whole lot of story here. A lot of it is in like you can read a backstory thing on the main menu, and a lot of the story is like in these audio cassette tapes that you can play, which I think actually Phantom Pain is leaning towards that direction too. Apparently, it's not supposed to have as many cutscenes as previous Metal Gear Solid games, which again, I think some people are not going to like that. But yeah, there's that. Like, there's the dialogue overall, and then the end, which I'm not going to spoil it, but it's out there. It's really out there. I guess some people are like really pissed off at the ending to this to Ground Zeroes. I don't know. It didn't piss me off or anything like that. But it was really, it's stupid. It's stupid. I'll just say that it's dumb. So yeah, I don't know. Based on that, I don't know if Phantom Pain's I'm gonna enjoy the story that much, even if I do end up going through Metal Gear Solid 3 and Peace Walker, which actually those two games look the most interesting to me from a gameplay perspective. Unfortunately, I did kind of get spoiled to both of them. I watched like a playthrough of each of those games, but I still would like to kind of play through them, or get like a story, like read up on the story of those games. But Ground Zeroes, again, not much to cover here. It is basically a demo. There's basically the main mission, which is called Ground Zeroes, and then a bunch of like side missions, extra ops, and then side ops. Where basically the main game takes place in this base in Cuba, and it's like a playground of sorts. But in this main mission, you have to rescue 2 prisoners and get them aboard a chopper. That's your main mission. And the way, like, I'm already kind of impressed because the way you can do this, right? There's so many ways to experiment. And that's one of my favorite things about like the gameplay to this demo. and what Phantom Pain is going to be like, where there's just so many ways to look at a situation, like whether guards are patrolling an area. You can like there's just so many options to in the demo alone. And the full, of course, Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain, there's going to be tons of different things you can do. And there's like the mother base component to it, which I'm really looking forward to, which Ground Zeroes does not have. But yeah, I think basically the main thing with this game is like why I enjoyed my time with it. The controls are fantastic. The shooting feels great here. All the weapons feel fantastic, and it feels satisfying being stealthy here. And I especially like that, if you fail, if you fuck up, the enemies will go into alert phase, and you can kind of take out a few enemies, and they'll eventually stop looking for you if you're good at hiding. So, I mean, the enemies can kind of respawn, but it's not like this instant fail thing, which is one of my biggest problems with stealth games. I just hate when they do that. So the fact that that's in here is fantastic. There's a ton of different options for stealth. I like to go well, okay, I do have to say, like, the pistol they give you, the silent pistol, is a piece of shit. Like, it takes, like, 6 shots to put an enemy to sleep, which is kind of annoying. But I liked, kind of coming up behind enemies and, like, grabbing them, and you can, like, kind of interrogate them. You can kill them right on the spot. You can, of course, hide bodies and things like that. There's like a cool iDroid device thing with like a map where you can like set markers, and you can do all sorts of stuff with that as well. The game just it's fun to play, man. I had a lot of fun going through like this main mission, and the side ops were not as fun. They're set in the same map, but they're more guided. Like one of them, you're on a chopper with pretty much a turret, and you're just shooting enemies, and it's like this set piece driven like action mission, which I thought was kind of lame. Like I've been there, done that a million times before. And like the side ops kind of remove your freedom, which is what I really like about the main mission. So I wasn't too hot on the side ops, and one of them you pretty much fail if you get caught, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, it's again a lot of fun. I liked the freedom, and yeah, this is the first Metal Gear Solid game where I can say I actually had fun playing it. It's the first Metal Gear Solid game where I felt like I wasn't fighting with the controls, which was great. Like what else? I mean, I guess that's it with the gameplay. I mean, again, there's not much to cover. I didn't get to do the extra ops. There's, I think, one for the PS4 version, one for the Xbox One version. But to unlock it, you have to find 9 of these collectible badges throughout the map. And I used to be obsessed with achievements and trophies. I've done a video on it, and if you were like me, or were like me and went for these trophies and achievements, you probably had to do a lot of collectible hunting, and that's one of the things I hated most. Having to get like a laptop and sit it beside you and bring up a video guide or a text guide to show you where all the collectibles are, and constantly having to pause the game, look at the screen. Oh, okay, where's this collectible? Okay, it's there. Go back in game. I fucking hate that shit. It drives me nuts. I fucking hate collectibles in games. And you have to get all the collectibles to unlock this extra op. And the problem is, you have to get all the collectibles in one go through of this main mission. And I was trying to get these collectibles, and then I died. And then I went all the way back to the beginning of the mission. At that point, I was just like, fuck it, I don't even care. Like, I really hate how they locked that extra op behind that. Because I went through the main mission on hard mode, because I thought that might unlock it, because I didn't look to see how you unlocked it beforehand. And no, that doesn't really do anything. Which I should mention too, like there's a normal and a hard mode. The hard mode is actually not just enemies having more health and doing more damage. Of course, that's in there, but the AI is actually smarter on the hard mode. That kind of blew my mind a bit. The AI is a little bit dumb on the normal mode, but on the hard mode, like it was a challenge. It was a challenge. Like you pretty much have to go stealthy. It took me a while to actually get through the main mission on the hard mode. But yeah, the side ops are fairly fun too. Like they're not terrible, but I definitely preferred the main mission more. But I'm excited for like the open world of Phantom Pain, and the mother base component, and just all the increased amount of options you're gonna have. I think the open world is gonna do a lot of favors for Metal Gear Solid as far as gameplay goes. I feel they've taken great strides here. Based on Ground Zeroes. Like the difference between Metal Gear Solid 4 and this one, and just how it plays, is stunning to me. So yeah, I mean, what else? I mean, visuals look great. I think it's a new engine that is in this one. I forget what it's called. forget the engine. I think it's the engine used for PT, and that looks amazing too. Runs at 60 frames per second. It's super smooth. It looks great. The rain effects look really nice. The environment itself is kind of a bit boring, but I mean visually it's quite stunning. Audio's good. I will say, even though I haven't played, like I'm not a Metal Gear Solid fan by any means, Kiefer Sutherland as Snake feels weird. And I think that's like a common complaint. And even someone like me, who's not attached to the character and David Hayter's voice, it feels off. I don't know. I don't think he was the right choice. I don't know why they went for him as the voice actor. That really stood out to me. All the other voice acting was really good though, even with like the dialogue being pretty cheesy at times. And yeah, like I said before, controls great, plays great. Had a lot of fun with it. It's short. That main mission took me maybe like an hour to complete the first time. And I did it on hard mode. That took me like maybe another hour. Side ops, like there's not too many of them. I think there was like 4. They took me maybe like 10 minutes each. So I mean, overall, for me, I think I got like a little over 3 hours out of it. Again, it was free, so not bad for me. If you have PS Plus, actually, I think it's almost July now, but it's for the month of June, so definitely go out and play it. It certainly got me even more hyped for Metal Gear Solid 5, even after I've seen like a bunch of footage on that game. And it certainly has me interested to play Metal Gear Solid 3 and Peace Walker. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that about covers it. Yeah, that's it, guys. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.